Hey Lyon County, it's Cassandra and I'm here with my 1080 Nate. Today we're going to be talking more about 911 education.
Later today, Selena will be joining us from the
Hey guys, I'm here for filming.
Well, hey.
Hi.
Glad you can make it. How are you?
Good. So, what are we going to be talking about today, Cass?
Well guys, we're going to be talking about PTSD and how it affects dispatchers. 911 dispatchers answer the worst calls imaginable, from homicides, suicides, domestic violence, car accidents, and many other life-threatening emergencies. Because of this, 911 dispatchers have an increased risk for developing PTSD or PTSD symptoms due to handling significant emotional distress-related calls each day. Your worst day is our everyday.
PTSD is an anxiety disorder that can occur after a traumatic event. While it is most commonly associated with combat veterans or frontline first responders such as firefighters or police officers, studies suggest that individuals do not have to be physically present during a traumatic event or even know the victim of a trauma to suffer significant mental health challenges. Working in a small community like Lyon County increases the likelihood of a dispatcher knowing the victim, making calls like these sometimes personally traumatic.
The most commonly identified worst calls were unexpected injury or death of a child, followed by suicidal callers, shootings involving officers, and calls involving unexpected death of an adult. Due to these circumstances and burnout rate, there is a strong need to enhance prevention and intervention efforts.
Kansas 911 dispatchers were officially deemed emergency responders by the state. This will assist them in obtaining mental health services like their fellow responders. While EMS and other responder personnel are experiencing traumatic events on scene, dispatchers experience the scene through a call, hearing gunshots fired during domestic disputes, or talking to callers who pulled the trigger while on the phone. Unlike our colleagues, we may never know the result of a call until hours or days later, or we may never even know at all. This sense of responsibility for the moments leading up to the responder's arrival is immense. Can you imagine being responsible for giving life-saving instructions to a parent while they're trying to revive their child?
Lyon County dispatchers are responsible for answering multiple phone lines and radio channels, as well as monitoring resident and responder safety. Dispatchers are under enormous pressure to control their own emotions while extracting the pertinent information, securing the emergency scene, and communicating with multiple agencies during life and death situations.
PTSD has 4 symptom clusters for 911 dispatchers. The examples are avoidance, avoiding thoughts, memories, or feelings that bring back a bad memory of a particular traumatic event. Numbing, feeling detached, feeling as though the world has changed or become a malicious place.
Hypervigilance, being easily startled or on edge, having trouble concentrating or sleeping. Being a 911 dispatcher for 15 years and being married to a law enforcement officer, I'm constantly in a heightened state of alertness, especially in large crowds or events, and has caused me to feel paranoid about people's actions. Number 4 is flashbacks. They're unwanted thoughts of traumatic events, thoughts about the call that repeatedly resurface. In 2011, I worked a 2-year-old choking in North Lyon County. It took 20 minutes for the ambulance to arrive on scene. I instructed a very distraught mother through CPR, and unfortunately the child did not survive. Fast forward 10 years, and I receive a 911 call of a child choking. I instantly flashed back to the choking child from 2011.
The most common symptom is hypervigilance. Being prepared for anyone's worst day at any time can leave a dispatcher emotionally exhausted. Without healthy outlets and mental health awareness, hypervigilance can wreak havoc on normal everyday life activities.
In the past, acknowledging PTSD and mental health issues was seen as a weakness or failure on the part of the victim. Recently, we as people have made great strides towards overcoming the social stigma behind mental health. It is openly discussed in government, online support groups, centers across the country, and among coworkers.
As with many professions, 911 dispatch centers are experiencing a severe shortage in staffing. With the emergency responder reclassification, 911 dispatchers will have access to prevention and intervention support for mental health awareness and PTSD therapies. This will hopefully lead to an increase in longevity and less turnover in the profession.
Although 911 dispatchers can experience PTSD, most dispatchers are here to take your call during emotional, stressful, and life-threatening emergencies. Remember guys, it is okay not to be okay. Lyon County offers outreach programs and mental health professionals are available day or night. Reach out.
For more information on Lyon County mental health support, visit lyoncounty911.org.
And on the next episode of 911 Education, we will explain how to teach your child about 911 and the back-to-school safety tips. Until then,
We're
10-7. We're always here to take your call and text Lyon County.
But sometimes the personally traumatic. Shenanigans.